Well, hello everyone. Spencer Plumley here, your facilitator for Theology 2 at Midwestern Seminary, just giving you a week 2 update. Thanks for the hard work you guys have put in this past week on discussion boards. Had the opportunity to pose a few questions to you guys. I want to just encourage you to be diligent. Quick housekeeping thing just to start. Some of you have asked about the problem of the calendar. I'm trying to fix that. Because it shows that sometimes your assignments are due on Saturday night. You can know that Sunday night is when your quiz, your weekly quiz, and your final round of discussion board posts are due every Sunday night at 11:59 p.m., despite the fact that sometimes it says Saturday. So don't let that throw you off. I'm trying to get that fixed. That's a Canvas thing. A couple other things. Please remember that the contextualized application project Phase 1 is due a week from today. So at the end of week 2, that's a week from today, by 11:59 p.m., you need to have Phase 1 in. Many of you have gone ahead and asked me for some guidance about your topic via email. I am more than happy for you to do that. So if you have questions about that, feel free to send those my way. But please remember that to do. Please also remember that this week you're going to have another round of discussion board posts. This week we get into one of the more controversial topics of the class, which is the atonement and the topic of the work of Christ. And a couple things that I want to tell you about this week's round of discussion board posts and just ways that you can be kind of preparing for that. I really want to encourage you guys as you're presenting your position on the atonement to make sure you start with Scripture. Don't try to bring everything together in a cohesive place. That's a point for that. Don't start there, though. Start with each individual passage of Scripture, and I want you to let those Scriptures breathe on their own. And so you need to see key texts like John 6:37 and 44, like 1 John 2:2. And I really want, before you apply a system or kind of a coherent summary of that doctrine, I want you to let each of those verses kind of breathe on their own, so that if there are some tensions that we see in the Scripture, that we don't flatten those out right away. I think we need to get to a place of coherent system of doctrine and teaching that summarizes what the Bible teaches. But at first, I really want you to let the biblical material speak for itself. Once you've worked through those key verses in your post, and you've provided some kind of summary position theologically, take time to interact with an opposing view's critique of your position. So if you're going universal atonement, talk about people that might accuse you of denying the omniscience of God, or that somehow God is not powerful enough to save everyone. If you're going a limited atonement position, talk about how the love of God fits into that doctrine. But I really want you thinking practically about how your position from the biblical material to a theological position, a statement, interact with kind of some of the implications and the critiques that you're anticipating another side, another position giving you. Another thing I want you to watch this week is be careful not to misrepresent opposing positions. So it's not infrequent for those of you that have affirmed limited atonement to confuse universal atonement with universalism. You may think that that's a logical result of universal atonement, but that's actually not what universal atonement people teach. On the flip side, those of you that are universal atonement, be careful that you don't mischaracterize a limited atonement position as being uncaring about the lost. So we want to stay away from some unhelpful caricatures on either side of that, and kind of encourage kind of friendly debate this next week. Finally, I'm going to try to do my best to turn some grading around quickly so you can start to see some of my feedback. If there's anything that I can do for you guys, please let me know. But I'm going to try to have most of the grading done by Tuesday night this coming week, so you can get a sense on kind of how you need to improve or change for the upcoming weeks. Again, excited you guys are taking this class. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or reach out to me, and I'd be glad to help in any way. Hope this week goes well.